Sifuna has attended 2 burials, one in Mount Kenya and another one in Nyanza. I think almost the same week, yeah. And one thing very interesting, Dibal, is that Sifuna is giving very good signals that, look here, don't messiah me, don't think that I'm the one. We are here also to work with other people. That is a very mature, is a very reassuring and mature statement. Just the way the Honorable Rigathi Gachagua has been saying that, yes, I want to be the United Presidential flag bearer. If I'm not the one, I'll support. But if I'm the one, and I think I should be the one because I qualify. Everybody should come on the table saying they qualify. And then we see what happens. That to me is also another very important thing. But allow me, Debate, to end up with the issue of fuel. Let me say this. And I want us to look at this thing not from what is there. Always when we do in our classes of political science, you don't just see what is said and what is done. You look beyond. Now, suddenly there was an increase, then quickly Parliament is called, it reduced a bit. And psychologically you think that you are helped, right? I see something here happening. This increase on diesel and petrol is very intentional. And if you had buddy talk somewhere over the weekend, they want now to increase very high, then reduce a bit, then people feel like you have helped them. Now, what I want to say today, these games, we have seen them already. Remember, and rest in peace, Jacob Juma, he said something very interesting in 2016, because these are the people who knew President William Ruto long time before. And he said in 2026, he'll increase the fuel, reduce it, increase it again, and people will have gotten tired. I want to say today, Kenyans, if we try to get tired, if we try in a minute to just go through, we'll fall in the hands of William Ruto. It is a time we must say no from the word go from whichever way. It is no longer possible to move on in this economy in this kind of fuel hikes. Never mind that William Ruto is trying to use them to play some games. I heard someone say that they want to make sure, during the budget, they reduce the prices. No, we don't want William Ruto to look like a messiah, to look like a savior through this fuel. He's playing some very dangerous games. And we are telling him, fuel has to come back to where it was before. 178 for petrol. That is where we should go. In his own words, he said there's no way fuel can be cheaper in Uganda. That is where we are. So fuel has to be cheaper than all the East African countries. These games of putting it to 14, then bring it back. Last time he did 204, he did 196. Right now he's doing 214, then he can bring it back to 210. We are very categorical, Dibal. We want to speak this in one voice. We are telling William to stop playing games with our minds. Drop the money, the 5 shillings per litre that you are taking. Drop this cartel scheme of G to G. Remove the 7 shillings on fuel levy. Zero-rate the VAT. And increase 5 billion of stabilization fund. Simple and clear. Do it tonight. If you don't do it, it's okay. But I can tell you, finally do it. Fuel has to come below all the East African countries. 178, not 196, not 204. And if William Ruto waits the anger of Kenyans and the way he is playing with their minds to roll over to 25th of June, where we will have like 10 issues, all of them together, it's not going to be a laughing matter. That one we want to tell the president very well. We are not joking. He's playing games with us. He wants to hike the prices, then bring it down, then hike it a bit. And it is interrupting the economy. It is interrupting the economy already. Remember last time when he hiked 204, the transport sector was not able to bring it back because of that 7%. It is interrupting the economy. We have over 20 companies so far that have closed shop in Kenya since 2022, international companies, I think 50. They have closed shop already. Many of them. There's a big problem. Now he has gone to the literally where it matters most, the common person. When you affect issues of diesel and petrol, we are not going to tolerate that. We want to tell the president, we know the games he's playing. He wants to play with our mind, hike it. Then we cry like a father, the way a kid is desperate before the father. Let me tell you something. We are waiting. If these things gang up until 25th of June, we have so many issues we are compiling. There are going to be many. We are going to see how it goes. Because others have joined, I don't want to talk much. I just want to give my mind. I hope that tomorrow, by close of business, fuel will have come down, and it has to come down to 178, the original price that it was before all this Shaganina started. Thanks so much, Dibala Eid, for now.
Thank you, Dr. Peter Mbae. Of course, as I mentioned earlier, that's really has a compelling claim on our attention as it stands, the fuel prices. But also, could that be affecting, they're talking about the dynamics around it as we know it with Iran-Israel war that is adversely affecting the prices of fuel. So it's not really this our country. You're making comparison also with other countries as well as Uganda and Tanzania. Maybe we could ask the question on why this flip-flopping of prices and how the dynamics around it with the external shocks is really affecting it. So what will be the stabilizing way to try and restore around it? Martin Dolo, Dr. Martin Dolo.
Wait a minute, Dibal, if you don't mind, so that let me finish my train of thought, if you don't mind, because that is important before Martin comes in. Let me say what I think. Number one, I want to put it very clear to Kenyans today, and I want to say this because I know the issue of these recent price fluctuations in Kenya has nothing, very little to do with Iran war. I want to tell you this. What we have is a greedy system here in Kenya who are taking advantage of the war of Iran to try to complicate things for Kenya. As a father, instead of shielding your kids from the external aggression, you are taking it because of the greed, sheer greed by the people who are supposed to protect us. They are taking advantage. Let me tell you something. The problem with the oil issues in Kenya are two issues. One, the added cost. Dibal, the landed cost in Kenya is manipulated already. Yeah? What is landed cost? It is a cost by which fuel gets to Mombasa, considering the following. One, the cost of the fuel. Number two, the transport charges. All the issues of storage, the freight, and the profits upon your tuko, the profits. Now, the problem is the people who bring fuel under the guise of G2G, they are already private companies owned by senior people in government today who already have marked up their profit. That's why we are saying, please, can the senior people in government let go the 5 shillings per liter that they already added it by the time fuel gets to Mombasa? So the added cost is already too high. That's number one. And number two, the number of taxes and levies on that fuel. That is why fuel in Uganda and DRC and Rwanda, Ethiopia is cheaper than ours because of the two factors. We don't have presidents who are behaving like savage dogs, who want to eat up everything. That is the problem that we have in this country. So if we can tackle the two things, then we are better.